The following podcast is a W2M Network original production. Visit W2Mnet.com for all of our other great podcasts, plus news, reviews, articles, and opinions from the worlds of wrestling, video games, football, and entertainment.
All right. Welcome, everybody, to the 8th episode of the SCU show. I'm your host, SCU. I know. We haven't done a show in a while, and I keep doing this, too, and I hate myself for doing this. I keep skipping shows because I'm not ready, because things get way in life. But you know what? I've said this before on the show. I'll say it again. I've got 5 years. I've got 5 years to make myself great. Not a lot of people know what that means, that I have 5 years to make myself great. But for those who know, they understand. Like Sean definitely understands. I have 5 years to make this great, and skipping a couple shows, it's not great. It's not a good idea. But it happens, and there's always obviously there's room for improvement. And we'll work on that as time goes on. But we are here tonight on the SCU show. I'm host SCU. Thank you for listening. We're listening live on Spreaker, on W2Net.com, on iTunes, or wherever else this podcast is available. I thank you for listening. So if you saw my Twitter, you know I was pissed. Why am I mad? 2 words. Lavar Ball. Yeah. So Lavar Ball goes on that herd, and he's talking to Colin about Big Baller Brand. Which, I mean, I congratulate Mr. Lavar Ball. He's kind of busy. He got his own business. How many guys in this world would like to have their own business, like Lavar Ball has his own? Well, when he went on the herd, he was talking about the Big Baller Brand. And Christine asked him, I believe, I don't remember much. I did see the video. She asked him pretty much, so Big Baller Brand doesn't do anything with women. And Lavar, his disrespectful told her to stay in her lane. Like, where does Lavar Ball get off talking to Christine Leahy like that? Where does he get off talking to Christine Leahy like that? Man, I was never a fan of outside of him starting Big Baller Brand. I'm not a fan of Lavar Ball at all. I'll say it straight up. Lavar Ball is a loser. He's such a loser. Does nobody realize how he become famous in the first place? It wasn't because of Big Baller Brand, that's for true. Lavar Ball became famous because his son does okay in basketball at UC, at the third biggest college in California. That's no reason LeBron, as soon as Lonzo became big time name, everyone looked at him during the college basketball season. Lavar said, hey, I want some of that spotlight. Let me get some of that spotlight. Lavar Ball doesn't deserve any spotlight. He's getting it for the wrong reasons. Now, the media, they do this all the time. They make guys look bad. Maybe this is another example, but pretty much the media's job is to not make you look bad. It's their job to spit out the facts. And the facts right now, and the things Lavar Ball says, shows what a complete waste of life this man is. And it just goes past talking about disrespect Christine Leahy, saying stay in your lane and you're going to get what's coming to you. This goes beyond that. Oh yeah, this goes beyond that. What about the thing where he said about Kyrie Irving and Kyrie Irving's mother? Yeah, Kyrie Irving's mother is dead. And anybody who's anybody knows you don't disrespect a dead person. No matter if you didn't like them when they were alive, no matter if you didn't know them, it's even worse if you didn't know them. LeBron obviously never knew Kyrie Irving's mother. And he went on to disrespect her like the way he did. That man deserves no respect from anybody. He deserves no recognition from the media. And while I am impressed that he started his own business so successfully, so fast, what is wrong with him, though? He thinks he's going to sell shoes for, what was it, $495? Who in their right mind is going to buy shoes for $495? Who? I'm certainly not going to. I know Sean won't. Money is better spent for other things than shoes. And I've always told people, doesn't matter. Oh God, everyone wants the nicest shoes. Who cares about the nicest shoes? Who cares about? Okay, I do care about the nicest car, but not this time. Not this time in my life. At this point, whatever shoes I have, the shoes I have, whatever they're comfortable, I don't care what they are. Everyone else wants the Jordans. They want the Nike, the big baller brand shoes. I don't care. My shoes are comfortable. Let's go with me. People want the next Mustang. I just want a car that gets me from point A to B. And a lot of people seem to think that way too. A lot of people I know, a lot of people I've seen, they don't seem to care what kind of shoes they have, what kind of car they drive. And those people, which is about 90% of the world, are not going to buy Lavar Ball, big baller brand shoes for $495. It's even more ridiculous that the flip-flop, he's like sandals, flip-flop sandals, whatever you want to call them, $295. Oh my God. Lavar Ball needs to stay in his lane, first of all. Most disrespectful man since Donald Trump. Telling a woman to stay in her lane, threatening her, that you're getting what's coming to you. What? Just keep your mouth quiet. Just keep your mouth shut, Lavar Ball. Keep your mouth shut. You are nothing. You will never be anything. No matter what. I mean, it doesn't. I don't care. You have a business. It doesn't mean you get to have you don't get to have the ego that you just think, oh, I can go say whatever I want. No, it doesn't work like that. It does not work like that. You can be successful. Good for you. Be humble at the same time. Moving on from that, I mean, Lavar, sticking to the Lavar Ball talk, moving on from the fact that he's selling shoes for $500. He's ruining his son's life. I'm sure, and if I'm Lavar Ball, Lonzo Ball, excuse me, if I'm Lonzo Ball, if I'm in Lonzo Ball's shoes that are not $495, I'm miserable. My father's ruining my life. The fame, this is supposed to be my fame. My dad is taking all the spotlight. Now, personally, if my father stole the spotlight, we have a big problem. But that's not a story for another time. My father's stealing the spotlight that I created. No. Dad, you stay in your lane. That's what I would say to Lavar if I was Lonzo. Stay in your lane, Dad. Stay out of my spotlight. I created the spotlight, not you. You run your business to keep your mouth shut. That's all you need to do. Stay in your lane, run your business, keep your mouth shut. And if you step in my lane, there's going to be consequences. This is what if I was Lonzo Ball, I would tell Lavar Ball, my father, this. Stay in your lane, run your business, shut your mouth. And if you get in my lane, we're going to have problems. Unbelievable that Lavar Ball thinks just because his son is an okay player at basketball, he can say what he wants and do what he wants. That's not how it works. And this is baffling to me. I will never understand why people are on Lavar Ball's side when it comes to this Kristen Leahy thing. Saying that she was not doing her job, not doing this right and doing that. You realize her occupation is a reporter. Before she went to the FS1 last 2 years ago, She was a reporter for the Boston Celtics. She was a reporter for the Los Angeles Dodgers. She was a reporter while at Boston University for WEEI radio. Reporter. That is her occupation. Colin agreed. Colin said the same thing on The Herd the day after the incident, which Christine doesn't even want to talk about. Who can blame her? Christine was doing her job as a reporter, and Lavar Ball took it too far. Reporters' jobs are to get in your face and get the facts, because that's what they need. That's your job. Like I said, that's their job. So Christine Leahy did nothing wrong. Lavar Ball is an idiot. Pretty sure I can't say that on airways, but whatever. Lavar Ball is an idiot. He's a loser. Pathetic. The fact that the media is eating this up is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous that the media is eating this crap up. And this stole the spotlight. Lavar Ball said his son, I think he said this on Undisputed with Shannon Sharp and Skip Bayless. If Lonzo Ball goes to the Lakers, they're going to be a playoff team. What? There is no way. I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, there is no way. Even with Lonzo Ball, the Lakers are making the playoffs next 2-3 years. No. And this is the moral of the show today. So keep this in mind while you're listening. Teamwork makes the dream work. That is our thing for today. Teamwork makes the dream work. And if there's no teamwork, there's no dream. Why do you think the Lakers have been such garbage for the past 3 years? There's no teamwork. And now LaVar Ball and his big mouth think, oh, Lonzo's going there. They're going to be a playoff team. No. Lonzo Ball is one person. This isn't the Patriots where Tom Brady runs everything. No, this is not how it works. Lonzo Ball's not going to. I assume he's going to the Lakers. I feel like he will go to the Lakers, and I hate that, actually. I feel like it's a terrible move. Terrible on both sides. The Lakers make Lonzo bad, and Lonzo won't make the Lakers good. It's a lose-lose for both sides. Lonzo goes to the Lakers, he just bad. And the Lakers still continue to be bad. Nick Young's a diva. He's a diva. Yeah, I remember when he first came into the NBA, I was like, ooh, I like this guy. I wanted to see him do good. Now I'm over him. I'm over Nick Young. He's a diva. He makes nothing better. And there's D'Angelo Russell. He's on his way out of Los Angeles, ladies and gentlemen. He's not even relevant anymore in Los Angeles. And that's it. You have a diva, a guy on his way out, and you think Lonzo Ball's going to save the day? No, what? No. Well, Lonzo Ball's not saving anything in Los Angeles. Now, I want to make my second point here with Lonzo Ball. And people think I'm ridiculous for saying this, but it's kind of true. If Lonzo Ball wants to do well and succeed, he won't go to Los Angeles. He'll go somewhere else where it's always sunny, and that's Philadelphia. 76ers, they're building, and it's working. The Sixers rebuild is working. Joel Embiid got injured last year, but before he got injured, he was such a star. Just imagine if he had been healthy the entire year. More star power. We haven't seen Ben Simmons play. Watch when Ben Simmons comes onto the field, onto the court. He's going to be a star. You add Lonzo Ball into that mix, 2 more years, Sixers could be a playoff team, even if it's an A seed. Plus, well, like I said earlier, in Los Angeles, there's no teamwork. So there's no dream. When it comes to fill the 76ers, there's teamwork. The dream may work there. So that's it. Teamwork makes the dream work. Keep that in mind. Just listen to the entire show today. There's no help for Lonzo Ball in Los Angeles. Going to Philadelphia would be much better for him at 3 or 2, whatever spot they have. So it's good to have you in. I want to thank everybody for listening to this latest episode of the SCU show. And if you think that Lavar Ball is some great guy and you want to argue with me about it, at Twitter, I'm at RainFanatic2 on Twitter. Lavar Ball he needs to stay in his lane, shut his mouth, run his own business. That's it. And hopefully sooner than later, he will not be in the national spotlight anymore. And hopefully sooner or later, Lonzo Ball will be successful in the NBA. We'll see. I'm sure Lonzo Ball will play some in the Summer League. The Summer League's kind of like the preseason for the NBA. That's kind of where you see, okay, is he going to do well? Let's watch him in the Summer League. By the way, whoever wrote that article about the Big Three kind of how did it go? The title said some of the Big Three helps NBA fans get to the offseason. Did we all forget about the Summer League? It's actually pretty interesting. You have to sit there and watch it. And it is real. And my friends, if you know me, I know I cover arena football for InsideTheArena.org, my own website. My friends always say, it's not real football. First of all, yes, it is. They're pro football players. It's real football. They get paid for it, real football. It's on national television, real football. Fans show up, real football. Same thing with the Summer League. It's not real basketball. Yes, it is. Fans show up, basketball. They're not getting paid, but it's a competition. It's real basketball. There's competition going on. Real basketball. I don't want to hear it. So if I might have said this last show, whenever that would have been. I don't actually remember. Pretty bad of me that I don't remember that. We're going to take things slow here on the SCU show. We're not going to try and make everything 100% perfect. Start. We're going to do our shows, no guests. Sometimes no commercial breaks for a little while. Work my way back into school, all that good stuff. And we'll see where it goes from there. Maybe by 2018, the show will be, on top of the world. Of course, there's Around.com. I cannot wait to launch Around.com. It's going to be the next Bleacher Report. I'll tell you that right now. I mean, that's how I feel. I feel like I have a plan that is going to make Around.com the next Bleacher Report. It's going to be a lot of work. It's going to be very stressful. It's going to be a big grind. I have a feeling in 5 years' time we're going to be the next Bleacher Report. But coming up next, we're not getting into Around. You want to know more about that, you'll join Around. DM me at RunningFanatic2 or Stephen III on Facebook. If you're interested, we're looking for writers right now for MLB, pretty much MLB and soccer and NHL. Got to fill up those departments. Coming up next, we get into the NFL. Which division is the strongest? I mean, this division is so strong. All 4 teams could be tied in the last week. That is up next here on the SCU Show.
Hello to all you Arena League football fans out there. I want to personally welcome you to join us, AFL Fan Zone, every Tuesday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time for a weekly recap of all things AFL. You got stuff to do on the weekends, which means you probably don't have time to sit down and watch every single game every week. That's where AFL Fan Zone comes in. Not only do we break down the week, but we provide you with everything you need to stay up to date with the AFL, including Players of the Week, Power Rankings, and the weekly standings. Best part is, the recap is fully interactive between the viewers and the host. Just search AFL Fan Zone on YouTube and you can find all of our archived videos, including game previews, recaps, and weekly updates. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and at our website at www.aflfanzone.com. AFL Fan Zone, your internet home for the best AFL fans.
Hi, I'm Donovan James, and welcome to the Don James High School Football Report, everybody, where we discuss and debate the hottest prep and college football recruiting topics in the country every week. Only here on NGSC Sports, 9:30 Eastern. For more, follow me on Twitter at Don James Sports.
It's game time, boys, and we know football. Football the Max is the podcast for you if you want in-depth analysis over the NFL and college football. We preview all the action coming your way over the weekend. And we break down all the big action after it's happened. Plus, we tackle all the big news topics and discuss everything when it comes to the gridiron. So come check out Football to the Max every Tuesday morning and Friday morning on the W2M network.
Are you an arena football fan looking for the latest news involving your team? Inside the Arena has you covered. Check us out for the latest news around both the Arena Football League and the Chinese Arena Football League. Read all of our stellar articles at InsideTheArena.org. Also, follow us on Twitter at Inside_Arena and like us on Facebook at Facebook.com/InsideTheArena.
Welcome back to the SCU Show. I'm your host, SCU. So it's time for some NFL talk here on the show. The strongest division in the NFL, we'll get right to it, the NFC East. Yeah, I mean, how long have people been saying, oh, the NFC East is the NFC least? It's not the NFC least anymore, people. It's not. I mean, there is no more competitive division now than the NFC East. And it's crazy because most of this is rookies and second-year players. Once backups. So we're going to go down the road. We'll start with my Dallas Cowboys, of course, because that's when I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. The Cowboys offense is one of the best in the league. Like, they have Dak, they have Zeke, They have Cole Beasley, Des Bryant, Jason Witten. They just re-signed Terrence Williams, who's pretty much like a sleeper on the team because not much people pay attention to him. It's all eyes on Des Bryant and Dak and Zeke. And Jason Witten. Terrence Williams does great things, ladies and gents. I've been watching him over the past 2 years. He's just done such great things for Dallas. So glad we got to re-sign him. And then I wrote an article about this too on rscnreport.com. Go check it out. Ryan Switzer. Love this guy. He's like the Jabril Peppers of the Dallas Cowboys. He's gonna be versatile pretty much. Of course, he's going to be on the offense. He reminds me of Cole Beasley. He can do things that Cole Beasley does, and then some. So not only will he be on the offense, I believe, but he could be a great addition to special teams. The Cowboys have not scored on a special team touchdown in 2 years. The last one, Dwayne Harris, was the last guy to do it. Dwayne Harris has been with the Giants for the past 2 seasons. So it's pretty much said and done. It's been a while. It has been quite some time since a Dallas Cowboy has scored a touchdown on a special team. Switzer brings that to the table. He brings that special team's skill to the table. Now, of course, the only concern I have with my Cowboys is the defense. I've been watching the NFL for 10 years. I don't think I've seen a better Dallas defense last year that I ever saw in the 10 years I've been watching football. I don't think I've seen it. But the most surprising part, though, was the safeties. The secondary. That's where the surprise came. I had not seen a secondary like that for the Cowboys in such a long time, if ever. Brandon Carr did great things. Now he's with the Jets, I believe. No, he's in Baltimore. Marsh Claiborne did great things. He's now with the Jets. Goes to show that a lot of work needs to be done on the Dallas defense. But if we can get things fixed up with the defense, I'm not worried about it. Cowboys offense will do great things once more. Probably not going to go 13-3 again because, I mean, how often does it happen that a team goes from 13-3 to maybe 15-1? It's not likely. It's not likely at all. Now we go over to the Giants, and I'm honest. I'll be honest with you. I feel the Giants could win the division this year. I know the Cowboys won it last year, but this is a different Cowboys team. Like I said, the defense is not the same. The Giants have a stronger defense. As much as I hate to admit it, they're the Giants are the Cowboys with the better defense, and they just have all the right pieces. Manning's looking as if he could have a career year. And that's saying something. For a man that won 2 Super Bowls, he could have a career year. He can do it, though. I mean, he has Odell Beckham Jr. He has Stone Sharp. Both of them did great things last year. Vic cruising along with the team. But what did he do anyway? Not much. He didn't do much at all last year. So it's not a big loss for the Giants to lose Victor Cruz. Now, if he had never torn his ACL, we'd be looking at a more serious problem for defenses. Because Cruz would still be a great NFL wide receiver. Had he not torn his ACL a couple years ago, he'd still be doing good things. And then last year, they had Will Ties or tight end. They got rid of him. I believe they got rid of him. And what do? They go get the second best tight end in the draft, Evan Ingram at Ole Miss. It's like they didn't lose a step. The only thing stopping the Giants from pretty much winning the division this year is the Giants. They can beat Dave Jones. They can beat the Cowboys, unfortunately. They get the best of Dak each time they've played him. They have the strongest offense in the NFC East. Best defense in the NFC East. Would I be surprised if the Giants did not win this division? Probably not. I would expect them to win the division the way they play. But if they don't win it, it's not a big surprise at all. And there's the Eagles. Philadelphia is going to be the most improved team in the NFC East this year. Like last year, they were at the bottom of the division, obviously. They went from 3-0 to they finished 9-7, 7-9, maybe. Something like that. This year it's to be totally different. Completely different for the Giants. For the Eagles, sorry, excuse me. It's going to be completely different for the Eagles. Carson Wentz actually has weapons now. Big name weapons. Yeah, he doesn't. Never mind. He didn't have Deshaun Jackson last year anyway. Alshon Jeffrey. What a great slot receiver. He was the centerpiece of the Bears offense that was just awful. Now he's in Philadelphia. He's going to be doing the same things with the better quarterback. You put 2 + 2, you get fish. Jeffrey's going to make Carson Wentz better, and Carson Wentz going to make Alshon Jeffrey better. It goes back to what I said earlier in the show. Teamwork makes the dream work. Then a few days ago, they're going to get rid of Ryan Matthews. That's understandable. It's an injury guy. So what do? They go out and get the NFL's leading rusher, like Airplane. So they're not going to lose a step by the running back game either. Not going to lose a step at the running game. They have Alshon Jeffrey now. Things are looking up for Philadelphia. I think it's a few days ago we were watching NFL Top 10 curses. Top 10 curses. And one of the curses was the William Penn curse, something like that, for the city of Philadelphia. Ridiculous. And I'm getting a little bit off topic here, but that's what we do here on the SC show. We get a little bit off topic sometimes. There is no curse in Philadelphia. Yeah, the Eagles have had bad luck. Losing 5 NFC championship games in the early 2000s. Big whoop. The Phillies have won a World Series. The Flyers are doing better. The Soul are defending readable champions. The Sixers are rebuilding very fast and very well. And look at the Eagles now. They just look so much better. They look like a better team. Oh, another guy that I've left out was Torrey Smith. Great receiver. He just had a bad team in San Francisco. That's why he didn't do too much. So I'm definitely keeping an eye out for the Eagles, obviously, because I'm a Cowboys fan. I want to see how they fare against my Cowboys. But I'm also be looking to see how they improve, because I feel like they're going to improve better than they're going to be one of the most improved teams in the league, let alone the division. Then there's Washington. Kirk Cousins had a great year last year. He's going to have another one this year. Not only that, but he gets like Carson Wentz, he gets a little bit of help. Josh Doxson at TCU, excuse me. Love him. He didn't play. I don't know why he didn't play last year, but he didn't play last year. This year, he's going to play, and it's going to be awesome to watch. From snap 1 to snap 1,001. How many snaps the Redskins take on offense this year? Every snap with Josh Doxson is going to be an amazing one. And I hope Kirk Cousins. Now that Sean Jackson is gone, Josh Doxson has to be one of Kirk Cousins' top receivers to be looking for. Yeah, he's Jordan Reed tight end, but that's tight end. You had to have a top receiver to be a great quarterback. Unless Tom Brady, we can have anybody. Be okay with it. So Josh Doxson, they lost to Sean Jackson. That's gonna hurt. That's a tough loss for the Redskins. But with Josh Doxson being up there, the fact that he's now coming onto the scene, he's going to be. There's going to be expectations for Josh Doxson this year in Washington, and I hope he fulfills them because he has so much talent. He didn't get to show it last year because of injury or whatever the case might have been. 2017, I want to see more of him. I want to see Kirk Cousins throw the ball to him more than anybody except Jordan Reed. I'm excited for the NFC East this year. Everybody should be excited for the NFC East. It's going to be a great division. The best in the league. The most competitive in the league. Any team. And literally, any team could win this division. Any team. And it can go down to the final week of the season. It probably won't, but there's that chance. There's always that chance it could. Especially with the talent each team has. What are we, 113 days away from the NFL season? It's going to be awesome. Another great season ahead of us, ladies and gentlemen. And I can't wait for it. It's going to be a great, great season. All right, wrap up the show next with a little finals talk. Yeah, I'm ready for the NBA Finals. That's next, that's the show.
Hello to all you Arena League football fans out there. I want to personally welcome you to join us, AFL Fan Zone, every Tuesday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time for a weekly recap of all things AFL. You got stuff to do on the weekends, which means you probably don't have time to sit down and watch every single game every week. That's where AFL Fan Zone comes in. Not only do we break down the week, but we provide you with everything you need to stay up to date with the AFL, including Players of the Week, Power Rankings, and the weekly standings. Best part is, the recap is fully interactive between the viewers and the host. Just search AFL Fan Zone on YouTube and you can find all of our archived videos, including game previews, recaps, and weekly updates. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and at our website at www.aflfanzone.com. AFL Fan Zone, your internet home for the best AFL fans.
Hi, I'm Donovan James, and welcome to the Don James High School Football Report, everybody, where we discuss and debate the hottest prep and college football recruiting topics in the country every week. Only here on NGSC Sports, 9:30 Eastern. For more, follow me on Twitter at Don James Sports.
It's game time, boys, and we know football. Football to the Max is the podcast for you if you want in-depth analysis over the NFL and college football. We preview all the action coming your way over the weekend. And we break down all the big action after it's happened. Plus, we tackle all the big news topics and discuss everything when it comes to the gridiron. So come check out Football to the Max every Tuesday morning and Friday morning on the W2M network.
Are you an arena football fan looking for the latest news involving your team? Inside the Arena has you covered. Check us out for the latest news around both the Arena Football League and the Chinese Arena Football League. Read all of our stellar articles at InsideTheArena.org. Also, follow us on Twitter at Inside_Arena and like us on Facebook at Facebook.com/InsideTheArena.
Welcome back, SCU Show. I'm your host, SCU. This is episode 8 of many more to come. And I'm hoping, starting now, we actually do a show every week, no matter how bad the show may be, how long the show may be. We just do a show, because that's what you have to do in this business. I mean, Mike Greenberg said it himself. Apparently he tells kids to get out there and do podcasts, sports podcasts, because in our business, especially where I want to go to, sports radio, that's what you got to do these days. Just do podcasts. And of course, I have more to come over the next 5 years. Anyway, the NBA Finals are pretty much set. The Warriors have swept the Spurs. They're in. They're going to host Game 1 next Thursday in Oakland. And the Cavs are pretty much wrapping up the series against the Celtics. It's a 2-1 series, but they'll win game. They win in 6. I pretty much I say the Cavs win in 6. Goes back and forth, whatever. Cavs win in 6. And then for the third year in a row, what do we have? Cavs Warriors. Series pretty much, this series is tied at one series apiece. Golden State won in 2015. Cleveland won it last year. This year, I can honestly say I don't know who's going to win. Everyone could say that the Golden State Warriors are going to win because they're 25-1 their last 26 games. And the Cavs struggled at the end of the season, all this other... Hold on. Let's go back to last year. Golden State won 73 games. Had a 3-1 series lead in the finals. 3-1. Game 5 was in Oakland. All they had to do was win one game in Oakland, and they are defending back-to-back NBA champions. And what do? They blow a 3-1 series lead. So literally in this series, we've seen anything can happen. Now, Golden State, if they hold a 3-1 lead this year, don't expect them to blow it again. And that will be the logic to go by in this situation. That Golden State's going to overpower Cleveland again. Because they did it for pretty much of both series the past 2 years. 2015 they beat them in 6. Last year they had a 3-1 series lead. So most were thinking the Golden State's can finish the playoffs undefeated because they're now 12-0. They swept the Jazz, Trailblazers, and Spurs. But you can't just say that though because nobody really knows. I mean, both teams have played mediocre teams at the playoffs. Like I said, the Warriors beat the Blazers and the Jazz. The Jazz, I didn't even know they've been in the playoffs. I don't even know they hadn't been in the playoffs in a long time. Blazers weren't ready, obviously. And then they just swept a spank up Spurs team. Cleveland swept the Raptors with one star who's on his way out. The Pacers were struggling, and now Paul George is probably on his way out. And now they're going up against the Isaiah Thomas-less Celtics. So pretty much both teams have had such an easy path through the playoffs. That's why they're combined, 21-1? 22-1 maybe? So these two teams, they're going to meet in the finals for the third straight year, and you can't just say, okay, this team's going to win. Why? How do you know that? I cannot tell who will win this finals. If I had to give the edge to somebody, I give it to Golden State for the second time in 3 years. I give it to Golden State. I say they win the title this year. They have the home court advantage. Obviously, they have Game 1 and Game 2 both at home. Here's where the problem lies. Why it was as close as it was the last 2 years. Cleveland won games to Golden State. If Golden State doesn't allow that again this year, the series is over by Game 2. All Golden State needs to do to win this title is to win the first 2 games at home. I can tell you right now that there's no way Cleveland comes back down to nothing. Especially after losing the first 2 games on the road. 3 the first 4 on the road. They're not losing. They're not winning. Excuse me. Cleveland is not winning the series if they allow Golden State to win both. Game 1 and 2, both at home. Now, if the Cavs wind up pulling out a game in Golden State again, we're talking a different story. It could go either way. It could go 7 again. And I could say, in that case, I could say that Golden State has the edge because of home court advantage, but again, last year showed us something different. Personally, if I want LeBron to win this title for 2 reasons. He would be 4-3 in the finals. 4-4. Excuse me, 4-4 in the finals. So he'd at least be at 500. And it would really show what a cupcake KD really is. It would show, and I said this on the first ever episode of the SCU show, that Kevin Durant is a cupcake. The only reason he's in Golden State is because it's so much easier to win a title. When he was in Oklahoma City, it was tougher because he was the leader. He is not a leader. He has shown that. He has proved that now by Golden State that he is not a leader. He doesn't want to take on the responsibility. He wants the title, and that's it. He wants the title, but he doesn't want to work for it. And if Golden State win this title, I will give no credit to Kevin Durant for winning the title. Because he wasn't a big impact as most people think. He wasn't. They went to 2 finals without him. They could win another one without him. No reason he's going to win with Golden State if they do win the series is because he's on the team. There's no other reason he would win the title. There's just no other reason. He doesn't deserve it. I will stick by that. He does not deserve to win this title. And if he leaves right after winning this title, like Warren Shaw said a few weeks ago, if he leaves, after winning the title in Golden State and goes somewhere else, especially if it's back to OKC, I will rip KD a new one on the next episode. On the next episode after they win the title. So, to recap the show, Lavar Ball is the loser. Christine Leahy did her job right, and people didn't need to get over it. He needs to stay in his lane, shut his mouth, and run his own business. Stay out of his son's life. If Lonzo wants to succeed, he needs to go to Philadelphia, not Los Angeles. Philadelphia gives him a better chance at winning, being successful. The Giants will should win the division. If they don't, it's not a surprise, but I feel like they really will win this division. And I can't tell you who wins the finals, but I'm pretty sure it will be Golden State, and I really want LeBron to win it. So that's going to do it for us here on the SCU show. I'm your host, SCU. Catch me on This Week in the AFL this Thursday night, followed by the latest episode of NAL Now. Remember, you can check out this podcast, both the other podcasts that I run, all the other podcasts on W2Mnet.com. Thanks much, Sean Garmer, for producing this show tonight. Thank you all for listening. Until next week, see you.
The following podcast is a W2M Network original production. Visit W2Mnet.com for all of our other great podcasts, plus news, reviews, articles, and opinions from the worlds of wrestling, video games, football, and entertainment.